right, we're ready?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh!
Woof.
For this movie, yeah, that is absolutely warranted. Hello, everybody! We are welcome back to a brand new Late to the Murder Party. And we are, of course, continuing with the frickin' fall of the hunt. And my god, how has it fallen?
What's that? I cannot see. I cannot see. Put on the light. Put on the light. Oh, there we go. There we go. See how easy it is when you can see shit.
Small as the Xenomorph? Yeah! It's so small you can't fucking see him!
Pass, they need more light. Open your refrigerator.
Thank you for ruining my joke. Yeah, very brave of this movie to decide to light this whole thing with the bulb I have in my goddamn refrigerator.
So
Why are you crying?
So it's
So loss of sight is a condition.
shut the fuck up.
I will hit you in the nuts, Roy.
Damn.
Okay.
Aggressive behavior as well.
Okay. I can do this.
I shall write that down.
I can
Anyway,
do this.
today's episode is Alien vs. Predator Requiem. It is a
Unfortunately.
2007 movie.
Unfortunately.
It is, I mean, have you ever thought, wow, I've seen one of the worst things I've ever seen, and then you remember, oh wait, they actually had millions of dollars on this, and it's not like, you know, some YouTube movie that costs like $20 and a case of beer.
No, that's milk and cereal.
Yeah, the worst is, the fucking worst is, this wasn't a bomb.
Anyway, to introduce the people that are going to be suffering through this, we have the host, we have the hostess, and currently we have an existential crisis, Mistress Ookami.
Yeah. What? Where? Oh. Hi everybody. I am... Wait, I'm supposed to be hosting this.
Yeah.
You sure?
Take the lead, sis.
Hi everybody. Welcome. I am...
Alzheimer's.
we have, the, Belgian in wolf's clothing, Varren Kimbold.
What are you talking about? The government never lies.
My good friend passed the remote.
You know, when you just look at it and you just stop caring, you're just like, yeah, no, this is... No wonder 20th Century Fox had to be bought out by Disney.
Yeah, they're making stupid-ass fucking decisions like this.
I will say, is this worse than X-Men: The Last Stand?
Yes.
Yes.
All
Actually.
By a wide margin, in my opinion.
This
Most
doesn't
of
even
the
have
time-
the excuse of it being scripts sewn together.
I will say,
I don't know. It
X-
kind
I
of
was
looked
X-
like this script was sewn together.
This thing does not have a Kelsey Grammer to save it.
also,
that's
X-Men:
true.
The Last Stand might have had insulting moments, but its entire existence is not insulting like this movie's is.
True.
The chuckle fuck in the background is the awesome Wolfman Roy.
Are we sure you still want to go with that moniker?
Hello, ladies and
I'm
gentlemen.
thinking about it.
As you can see, the experiment is going swimmingly. And to further inoculate myself,
Grab,
I
twist,
have,
and rip.
I have a confession to
Are you-
make. I did not watch AVP. Because I
You
watched
absolute liar!
I inoculated myself with a much better movie, Alien versus Hunter.
God fucking damn it! I knew you were gonna go silent. God damn it!
God!
Ah!
Now, to test these people's knowledge, ladies and gentlemen, what does this movie and the slime people have in common?
The what people?
The
The
what?
slime people. 1965's The Slime People. What do they have in common?
Goop.
No.
There was goop in this movie.
No.
There's a lot of darkness.
You're close.
You can't fucking see anything?
Ray Charles as
Ding,
the,
ding, ding,
as the
ding, ding, ding.
cinematographer.
You
God.
can see half the fucking film.
Oh my God.
Wow. I didn't expect me to be the one who's like, wow, we've got Ookami who is in a crying fit. I think Varren who is about to I think is about to, you know, turn into
Either
the Hulk. The
Either
Belgian
Rip
Hulk.
Boy's,
Because again,
heads off or Rip Boy's balls off. We can't tell.
because again, people like I've said it many times that I'd like to come on these episodes and I'd like to be I'd like to be positive. I like to be talking about good shit.
I'm
No,
positive.
that's not today. You get the return of Angry Varren, who hasn't been seen since Shark Month.
Also, hi. Also, hi. I'm the chaotic doctor. I haven't been introduced yet because we've been on the verge of killing each other.
Look, Varren,
Wait,
think
yeah.
about this.
This is
I made you
hilariously
strong for
bad.
this.
I'm taking my chances. Get over here.
Okay.
I made you strong with this.
I need
That
comfort.
makes you strong. You can.
It's okay,
survive
sis.
this.
Come here. Come here.
The thing is, the funny thing is, I say this right now. I still don't think it's the worst movie we're gonna watch this month. As weird as that sounds.
There's one upcoming that can make a run for its money, but god damn, is it close?
Here's the thing. You know why I say that, but in particular,
Is it the one where autism is a superpower?
That's the one I was referring.
Yeah, we'll get there.
well, I have another one that I think is worse because it's just boring and very, very stupid.
Is that the one where hey, Dr. Shaw was a really nice character in Prometheus. I hope we see her in the sequel.
Yeah, exactly. But honestly, I think the main thing that I put that below this, mainly, it also, I'm not gonna lie, it's not for reasons that the movie did. It's mostly because this movie is a ball of spite, and I do not want to give it that energy.
Sure, this is a ball of spite.
Because that is the main emotion I got while watching this movie. Fully for
Okay.
That's why
It is-
that's why I'm actually not angry,
Right.
because it's like,
So-
no, you guys don't care. I'm not going to give you a thing at caring.
It's not
But
what
I came
giving
off
energy.
Of, I'm sorry. Okay. I need to set this straight here first of all.
Uh-huh.
I need to do this proper. Here's the thing. 2007 rolls around. These chuckle fucks are put on this goddamn film because it's not one director, it's a team of two
Yes.
The Strauss brothers.
who are known for
For special effects.
special effects and one shitty ass ripoff of fucking Independence Day because
Came
somebody
after
said,
this.
let's give them a fucking second chance. And yes, it does have it has like a trilogy of films. I think they only did the first one.
Yep.
Varren doesn't want to sit next to me. I'm not.
I was being
negative
pulled
enough.
towards here.
I could bring you over here if you want. That's
Like
up
I have
to
no
you.
control over where I sit over here.
That's-
Like I'm beholden to the whims of sis here.
If you want to join, I can bring you over here.
The magic of
Not
VTubing
really.
models. Woo!
Okay then. I didn't think
don't
you would
have
want to. So yeah, these chuckle fucks get this, and they're like, we can do this better. First of all, we are proud of the fact that we're special effects wizards, but we're not. There's not going to be a lot of CGI in this bullshit. Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Like the entire fucking opening sequence is done on a CG set for crying out loud.
Yes.
They still try to state like 90% of the film is not CGI. Fuck you.
You know how. Here's the thing about that quote. You know how it would be very easy to prove that. You know the joke I'm going with it. If you can fucking see it.
If you can fucking see anything.
Yeah, you can
Which
claim
was also one of their deliberate things, because, you know, the cinematographer did not like how the wide shots and the steady cam of the previous movie. So instead, we are gonna do extreme close-ups and documentary-style filmmaking and make everything deliberately dark.
Yeah, didn't like that an actual fucking cinematographer made the first film.
Oh, you know what? I think that's the thing. That's why people went and saw this movie and liked it, because they couldn't see it. They didn't see how bad it was.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, and worst of fucking all, when this came out, while very quickly it got panned, there were still too many fucking positive reviews, and the biggest positive was people saying, well, it's better than the original, because at least this is watchable. What fucking film were you watching?
Yeah, exactly.
They were, what it was is they accidentally got into the other theater that had a broken bulb in the projector, so that's what they watched.
Maybe they somehow got a lit cut.
Yeah.
I find it so funny that in a movie someone's like, does the thing work? Yeah, I just need a light. And I was just like, this whole movie needs a light.
Yes, what the fuck are you talking about?
I will say, if you're gonna watch this movie now, first of all, why? Secondly, in HD, it does help the lighting ever so slightly, but not
really.
by much. Not by
Not
much.
really. Yeah.
No.
As I can make out certain things, but other things I'm like, what the fuck are we doing here?
By the way, when this released...
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Oh.
When this released, like, to physical media, it was one of the big pushes to get people to buy Blu-ray when it was coming out.
Yes.
Yeah.
This!
Wow.
This was the
This!
tentpole.
Wow.
Yes.
I'm surprised HD DVD didn't win.
That only survived 1 year, thanks to Microsoft pumping money into it.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah. This...
Actually,
Like
I had
you know,
HD.
Blu-ray was just becoming a thing in 2007, and then this movie also came in 2007.
Yeah.
I read that apparently, like, the first one technically hit first, but yeah, this one was also definitely, you know, pushed. I remember that.
Yeah, it was. This one was like, because Blu-ray was the big thing.
The best thing.
Like, you could watch this on Blu-ray.
Can
I see it?
The best thing. That's literally the best thing that came out of this fucking movie was the ads for the Blu-ray hit, because then they had, like, you know, a person in a Predator costume and a person in a xenomorph costume just doing, like, random shit in a house. That was hilarious.
That was. I've seen those. That was.
And that sounds like the weirdest reality show ever. Oh wait, no. It sounds like a robot chicken bit.
Yeah, you got the Predator and a Xeno playing ping pong at one point. Then they're playing poker, fighting over the last pizza.
Yeah.
Like, those are hilarious. Those are great. I wish we had a whole movie like that instead.
Give me that movie. Give me that movie.
Shall we actually talk about
it.
the movie?
Yeah, should we talk about the movie? I don't know. What do you say?
This movie doesn't like women.
No.
Oh, no, not at all.
Hates women.
Especially pregnant women. Oh boy!
This
I
movie doesn't
love
like.
that scene. I loved that
It's
scene.
not just that though, Roy. There's some other things. There's like, wait, that woman just did something. What the fuck?
This movie really does not like anyone.
No,
Anyone.
Yeah,
doesn't
no.
like women. Doesn't like children.
Doesn't like children. Does not like sheriffs.
Sheriffs. No.
This is one of the movies that really does show that there are rules to horror movies, and this is one where actually it'll break them. It breaks the rules.
Yeah. Also, I think the best way to explain it, me personally, because I I kind of live chatted this with Ookami when I watched it, and we looked into the writer. The writer had a quote about his early life saying that he was a straight-laced conservative teen in a town full of hippies.
Oh, great. So he was basically fucking Alex P.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically the way this feels like, I feel like the writer and directors are essentially guys who never grew out of the edgelord teenager phase and decided to make a whole movie about it.
Yeah.
Was that Ron you said?
No, it
See, the writer here is
There's another-
Shane Salerno.
yeah, Shane Salerno, yeah. Whose other
Interesting.
credits include Avatar, Armageddon, and the 2000 Shaft reboot.
What you'll find interesting, Roy, is this was originally who they got on board to handle in 2005 the script for Meg.
Shut up, Meg.
Interesting.
Yes, back when it was still being supposed to follow more closely to the book.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, apparently he also founded a company that that represents a lot of authors. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, because his other movie where he has a writing credit was a J.D. Salinger biopic.
yep.
You're forgetting his best work. He's the head writer of Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Damn it,
Oh, he
phone,
was-
I thought I turned you off.
He was scrapped from his script for Meg was scrapped because it was too
Mhm.
close to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I can understand that, yes.
And also, technically, this is not his first time writing AVP. Technically, he was there for rewrites on the first one.
By the way, to connect Wildlands to this feature,
Mm-hmm.
he also wrote a side mission where you hunt down a predator.
There is indeed a side mission in Wildlands where you hunt a predator.
All right. Anyway, let's talk about the movie, or else we'll.
So we're following on directly from the ending of the first movie with the fucking pred alien chest
Yeah.
burster coming out.
So keep in mind this is supposed to take place in 2004 still.
Yeah. Also, what I want to point out, why was the ship still around Earth?
I don't
Uh,
get that.
I think it was supposed to be a different ship.
Well, you see,
'Cause-
here's the thing, because like at first I accidentally watched the theatrical cut, then I found it was an unrated cut. I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll watch the unrated cut instead. And then,
Well,
but then
you
like,
Oh, I
watched
saw
both
it.
of them. Wow. Well, you know what?
well, I got like half an hour into the theatrical cut until I found it was an unrated cut. So I was like,
Okay.
okay, I'm
Mhm.
going back and watching then the rated cut instead. And the theatrical cut at first is like, we see the ship exiting the atmosphere, and then shit already starts going down. In the unrated cut, it's even worse because the ship is already at Saturn, and then for some fucking reason, they're sending a ship back. What reason do you have to go back?
To
Why are you going back?
To quarantine the ship.
Didn't you have
I just-
quarantined it on another planet, though?
My guess is, see, my thing is it has to be a different ship, because obviously the ancient from Alien vs Predator with the badass cape, you look at one thing and I'm gonna like just punch it right in the face and be like, shut up, because that was a badass. And I'm like, I'm
Yeah, I
sorry,
don't-
I don't buy that a ship with that badass would have been taken out by this thing.
No.
Well,
Yeah, it
again,
also
it's
doesn't really
apparently
help
like a random scout
Yeah.
ship all of a sudden in the rated cut.
And it doesn't
Yeah.
really help that you have that shot of face huggers in jars. So as far as we're aware, this might be an entirely different ship that just so happens to have these aliens. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I thought maybe those facehuggers might have been extracted from the temple from the first one. I don't fucking know. It was
I mean,
random.
It was kind of nuked, so
Yeah. I mean, we saw the predators were there the entire time, so maybe they took some samples. Who the fuck knows? Who the fuck cares?
the predators were on the ship the
Not the
entire
raiders.
time.
Not the fucking Raider. That's for damn sure. And definitely not the
Yeah.
director.
And
Anyway.
then we see the pred alien running amok on there and like attacking a predator. Predator fucking stupidly shoots the ship itself,
Yeah.
making a crash. into Colorado.
Yeah.
Colorado,
Worst
you
place.
sure what's in Nebraska?
Well, first it was
No,
Texas, then they rewrote it to be Colorado.
Okay.
Although I'm not gonna lie, the way this is shot, I get the bad feeling this is either Big Bear or somewhere in Vancouver.
It's probably
I-
somewhere in Vancouver.
I think it was filmed in Canada, so probably
Vancouver. Vancouver.
So yeah, this thing's
Uh.
running amok. Our human characters, who cares?
I
Hey,
barely
you know
remember
what I
their name.
learned from this? I learned a very important lesson from this movie. You can manhandle and beat up pizza delivery guys
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently
Yeah,
without.
with no qualms whatsoever.
The problem is that a lot of the characters are they're not characters, they're generic tropes.
They're generic tropes. They are there to be cannon fodder, and it's like I don't care.
Sometimes they are almost literally cardboard cutouts.
This
Yes.
is one of
But
this
they
is
are.
one of the-
They're so
this
flat, they're
is what I-
see-through.
what I feel like is this is why this is the bad thing of all of the all the shit of we've got all these different it's bad horror. It's a bad horror movie because we just don't care about anybody. Why
But
should we
that-
care?
You know, at
It's
one
even
point I was
worse,
almost
it's a bad-
expecting
it's
the
a-
thing to be say written by Eli Roth.
Yeah, that man can't write a likable character to save his fucking life. I said
very
it.
much- it's not even just a bad horror movie. It's worse. You turned an Alien vs Predator movie into a generic slasher movie.
The most
It's-
generic.
yeah, they turn it into a generic monster movie. Like if
Yes.
you and like if we want to get like a generic monster attacking a town movie, like fucking Night Beast is a better example of this fucking shit.
Night Beast is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Should have watched Night Beast.
Honestly-
Write that down. Write that down.
Honestly, no.
Yes, then we could have been
here's
able to
even a
see
better
it.
example. If you wanted this movie but written better and done better, just fucking watch Critters 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think
Although
about it.
Although now me
Yeah.
mentioning Night Beast, I'm like, now I want to see the Predator in a disco suit.
Well, there's that, and now that I mentioned Critters 2, I would love to see a Xenomorph or a Predator done by the Chiodo brothers.
Predator comes out and it's just looking
Fucking xenomorph ball.
Because I will say, this is one big thing I had while I was watching the movie, because this movie was so boring, I rewrote my own movie, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
The
no.
whole idea in my head was I was looking at the way this movie was done, the town, and some of the dialogue choices. Like we referenced, the government wouldn't lie to us. Or
Yeah,
the
that
other
was-
one of
That was one of the most goddamn fucking retarded things I've ever
Whoa.
heard. No, I don't give a fuck. You can cut it if you want to, but good
I
God, that
don't
was awful.
Care. Like
It was
it's
2007.
true.
Are you telling me that? I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
here's the thing. Also, the line, this type of stuff doesn't happen in this. That line popped into my head, and I saw that line, and the first thing that popped in my head was, what this could have worked as?
Mm.
If you made it a dark comedy and a parody of monster movie.
Yeah, but you'd have to care about the writing.
Yeah.
You would
At the
still
end of the-
have to care about the fucking writing. And there
At the end of
is
the
no
day, of course.
care. This is why this is so hard to review, because there's nothing here to review.
Well, there's a skeleton
Like-
there.
Here's the thing. Why don't we?
It's
There's a
picked
skeleton.
clean, and there's a baby in the womb.
There's a skeleton, and there's a couple good ideas. You threw them together.
Yeah, because I will say, if you could fucking see the things, there are some cool designs in particular. Like,
Yeah,
little
because it's done by
bits you-
Studio 80i again.
Yeah, so you have little bits and pieces of the Pred Alien, kind of looks cool, like a full-grown Pred Alien. You have the weapons of this Predator,
Oh no.
where it's like, you have the net, but it's a whip.
There.
Mhm.
Yes, we found ways to praise this movie. But the thing is, it's not for reasons you think.
Right.
It's
Here's
it's the whole thing of, again, it's the weird trend of all the bad Alien and even some of the bad Predator movies. You could have a nugget of an idea, but if you don't have good people to develop it, it's a waste of an idea.
and
You know,
my
thus-
pro-
But what's also the thing is in this movie, the human characters, none of them are the main character. The
No.
main character is the fucking predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The main character is the predator. Yes.
and the problem that I have with it is that we just came from Alien versus Predator, where a group of 3 predators had a little bit of difficulty through this temple and nest, and instead what we get is apparently this is like some of the Sigma Chad predator that destroys everything in his path.
Yeah,
It's like, wait,
this one
what?
is suddenly like, you know, this uber fucking old tracker or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
he's called Wolf in reference to fucking Harvey Keitel's
Winston
character
Wolf.
from fucking
Yeah,
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
Because he's the cleaner.
He's the cleaner.
No, I get the feeling that
Okay.
I
Now
get the feeling.
now I just would have loved to see a predator with like a tux showing up in an Acura and him actually
So my-
speaking like Harvey Keitel. All right, I want you to clean up this xenomorph. I'm talking fast, fast, fast.
You got any
I get
cleaning
the
products?
the thing I wonder
Clorox.
about that specifically,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I get the feeling that, well, other than the writer didn't give a shit, but any shit that he might have gave, I get the feeling that he wanted the Predator to be like the Predator from the first.
It,
He did it poorly, of course,
well,
but I
and-
feel like he wanted to try.
here's one of the other big problems that we have with this movie, because I don't want to just be hate and vitriol. I actually do kind of want to analyze it. One of the other big problems, I know, I'll do this part then. If Ookami is just too smitten with rage to be able to speak. One of the big issues I have
will
here
speak
is that
after
you
you.
may
But go ahead.
the xenomorphs are basically reduced to complete cannon fodder. Like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
that is no, you don't do that. Like,
Yeah,
the thing is,
Yeah,
the
I
idea
can
is like
see
they
that
are
definitely.
worthy prey for a young predator to kind of earn their stripes, and he is just able to go like boop and just take out a whole nest. Ugh.
Yeah. Also, that does bring another problem with this, and I know
Uh-huh.
Okami is waiting, chopping the bin with this quote, but I'll leave it up so we can have a calm way of saying it. You can
Uh-huh.
tell they don't give a shit about either franchise because
Yep.
the Predator randomly takes innocent lives for no other reason than we needed to kill.
You
Yeah,
broke
that is true.
the rules.
Yes, he did. There are rules. I mean, I'm actually surprised with how this movie, with that one scene from the hospital, why we didn't just see a pregnant woman and the predator just be like, just take out the skull and be like, and take out the fetus skull, and just do that because
yeah, the
Yeah,
Predator
so-
is the worst example of that because just from the first time the Predator meets a human, what was the point of
Uh-huh.
him killing that hunter?
He didn't
What was
kill
the
the
point?
hunter. He killed the cop who technically still had
Yeah,
a weapon trained on him.
yeah, but
I guess, but
Like the
How
only
is
the
it
only one you could
considered-
like the only one who was like, you know, pretty much, at least as far as I could see, you know, the things you could see in this fucking movie.
Mhm.
Like the only one like I could see, like, you know, who had nothing to do with anything was like that and that was also an accident technically where he threw the fucking shuriken and then bisected that one woman out of nowhere.
Oh,
the
yeah.
generic,
I
the
wanna-
generic ass
Yeah, I need to
girlfriend, yeah.
talk about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
because that is something. But so there was eventually, if you follow certain like YouTubers and you know a certain reviewer group, Doug eventually did a certain Doug Walker, nostalgia critic, did a review of AVP
Who's that?
of AVP Requiem. And
well,
when
well,
that
it's
happens,
a certain Doug Walker, not because there's many Doug Walkers. That
many
do
Doug
it.
a lot
Walkers,
of
but this
Doug
Doug Walker is ours, unfortunately.
There's a
No.
murder of Doug.
So Doug did a review of this, and when that scene happens, he takes a bit to realize it had happened. Funny enough, when I first saw this, I was exactly the same way. I literally got another like 10 minutes into the film and then realized, why are we missing a character?
Right.
Wasn't there some chick running with them? And I'm like,
Yep,
hold
got
on.
dissected.
So I rewound it. Sure as shit, I see that happen, and I'm like,
Yeah, it happened so fast you
What
could barely register it.
fuck? Like, it happened so fast. I'm like, okay, that's brutal. I can barely see it, but that's brutal. And then, not even a they don't even, not even a
They
chance to
don't
mourn.
acknowledge it.
They
No,
barely
they
even
don't.
acknowledge it. I think
No,
literally
it's
the guy
like-
is about to, and his brother's like, yeah, we don't have time. I was like, what the fuck?
There was more care given to the brother getting stabbed by the xenomorph tail, and
Right.
even then, he was also supposed to actually die there, but then rewrites changed that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because of course they did.
All of our
Yep.
characters are all of our humans are expendable. There
Yeah.
is no they are not characters. They are props.
And any character they try to give can be whittled down into one sentence.
Yep.
Like,
No, what it is they are slasher movie tropes, and that's it. And the problem is that if this was as a parody of slasher movies, maybe that could have worked. But I kind of doubt it, because the fact is you still need, even when you do something like that, you still kind of need a understanding of, like, this is, it really is the kind of, this is what the 80s thought slasher movies were like, when like Roger Ebert and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
basically the writing what separates a parody, a good parody like a Tucker and Dale or a Cabin in the
Mhm.
Woods,
Oh,
Versus,
Tucker
like-
Dale's so good.
I love that.
versus something like a Thanksgiving, where just doing the tropes and acknowledging the fact that they're stupid doesn't make it automatically good. You're still doing the tropes.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
It's like-
And no, you can't. You fucking can't talk about this movie without, bringing up the hatred of women that happens in this, specifically pregnant. You cannot talk about this
Yeah.
without analyzing what the fuck we saw in the hospital.
You
Oh,
saw a
Lord.
new kind of fetish come aboard.
That
Here's
was
the-
a whole different. That was the most horrifying version of a fetish.
It is.
and
But it is
and
a
yet
fetish nonetheless.
and yet people apparently were definitely fucking into it, because so I saw a video of one of the actresses who was involved in that, and then she was talking about the comments she got from that scene, and I'm like, lady, I'm so sorry you had to be exposed to those people.
Yeah.
No, I get the feeling that it's either a very poorly disguised fetish, or Roy, do you remember the theory we talk about how directors make their darkest movies after they get divorced?
Yes.
I don't know if that. I don't know the Brother Strauss personally, and by the way,
I don't
they
think that was the
made
case here, but it is a funny idea.
And I'm not entirely sure if it was them or the writer.
or
Like,
either way,
yeah.
got divorced and someone still hated their ex-wife.
I don't
Someone
I don't
feels-
think it was a divorce. Well, it might have been a divorce, but I think it was, they had a wife or a girlfriend who had a kid, and that kid was obviously, it was like a Maury show kind of thing, where it's like,
Yeah,
that
you-
kid ain't mine.
Oh god. Yeah, even worse, honestly, considering what the brothers would go on for effects later on. The twist is that probably a black guy. I don't know. Because
Oh, well, yeah.
that's the thing. As much as we're trying, we don't want to do the whole take a movie and look at it through their somehow tie it into their personal lives. We don't try to do that here. However, with a scene like the hospital scene,
You can't not do that.
No,
Yeah,
you can't help but look at it and think, what the hell did either of these people have problems with pregnant women?
Yeah, and the fact is, the hospital scene, I don't think is the only time you see that issue.
No,
Because
No, it
I'm
was
sorry,
also
I think-
in
I
the-
just- the diner. I think she's
Yeah, I was about to say,
pregnant. The diner.
in the diner it also happened.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not that the hospital is the most egregious, but all around, for some reason, like again, we have the woman whose husband was the hunter and the son. The whole thing of the camera would have lied to us. They gave her that fucking line. Number one.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
have the generic ass girlfriend, and the fact the only capable woman has a daughter who seemingly at the beginning didn't care she came back from the fucking military.
Yeah.
Also,
Like, you
also,
get some night goggles for Christ's sakes.
yeah.
Yeah, that was some. I was like, yeah, that was a like. There is definitely, like, you could definitely say, there is hatred of. There is somebody has some issues with women in this one.
Oh yeah.
It feels like it.
And
Yeah.
kids, because I'm like, look,
And kids.
Yep.
I'm okay. I've seen a lot of horror films, and when they kill off a kid, especially an annoying
Okay, I
kid,
thought
I'm
you were
like,
gonna say you were okay with
fantastic.
hating women. It was gonna
No.
be that thing in front of my.
No, like when it comes to the
we're-
deaths of kids in films, like if it's done right, okay, cool. But like,
Hell yeah! Assault on Precinct 13.
oh, that's amazing.
Mhm.
But
There's that. Yeah.
the case of this, not only did I never ask nor want to see a kid have a chest burster happen to him.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
Yeah.
Nobody needed that visual. Like, yes, the more you think
Also,
about
and my-
aliens... Well, hold on. The more you think about aliens, yes, there were other kids there other than Newt.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, that did happen to them. I mean, literally, Newt was hanging with another kid when she saw her dad have that
Yeah, it was a
happen.
brother.
Yeah, had a brother.
Mm-hmm.
And she says in the movie that her brother pretty much got taken away.
Yeah.
But you don't see the corpse.
You don't see the corpse, and you don't see it happen. You
It also
don't
doesn't
need
really
to
help
see
that-
that happen.
That this predator, being the quote-unquote cleaner, randomly has a vial that can just melt away bodies. Apparently,
The unending
like fucking
vial
magic.
of acids.
Yeah.
And like, we see a child get Facebook by a fucking face hugger, get a chest burster, and then has his corpse defiled and fucking melted because take no prisoners.
Again, that fucking vial. Like, look at it closely. It never changes volume.
No.
No, it does
it's
not.
It always stays at the same amount of volume.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Where are you refilling that shit?
and what doesn't help is that, that it had like adding the whole thing about how you can tell the writers didn't care. It feels like, again, proves my theory about this. Feels like guys who never got out of their edgy teenage phase.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they did stuff like this just because they thought it would be cool. And while that can work, the problem is that what it may be cool to you is fucking horrifying and stupid to others, including having xenomorphs overtake a fucking maternity ward.
Yeah.
That's
It's not even so much the idea of like, oh yeah, like they're like if you had like a regular chest burster thing happen to a bunch of pregnant women, yeah, it'd be fucked up. But okay, no, you go to the nth fucking degree.
Mm-hmm.
You have this
Right.
fucking predalien thing, which we've barely even talked about the actual predalien, but
Yeah.
Did we
it's
see the
there.
alien?
Not really.
Is it
Don't-
there?
it's a wasted concept.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's a
there's-
cool idea wasted.
Yeah, you have it
Yeah.
regurgitate eggs into these
Yeah.
women.
Somehow.
Yes.
Like down their throats so that it goes down and somehow gets to the womb, very much implying that these things fucking ate the children out of them and then burst out of them.
Yeah, that these women were gonna give birth to chest bursters.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it now called the belly bursters?
The belly burst.
The thing is, the best way I can explain to some of our audience, well, it's the same thing that happens when people talk about things like Serbian film and taxidermia.
Mhm.
It's shock for the sake of shock.
Yeah,
Yes.
Nothing more, nothing
there's
less.
no substance here whatsoever.
Nope.
Mhm.
Like, the reason why people, like, I can't defend Serbian film or taxidermia. I don't even want to.
You
But
don't need to.
Yeah, please don't.
no. It's that whole idea. It's shock for the sake of shock because the director wants your reaction. And that's why at the end of the day, I don't make this the worst movie I've seen for The Fall of a Hunt, because I get the feeling that's what these guys want.
I
They
just
wanted.
I don't know what they want.
I don't know what they want either. I know what they
They
need,
want to-
and they need their head examined.
want-
They
They
need
wanted
therapy.
to write.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's the best way to explain it. They wanted to write slop, but because they put a staple face on it, they wanted to make money. They
Mhm.
wrote this movie like executives would write a movie,
Mhm.
not how writers and directors would actually do this type of movie. They wrote it like executives.
Funny
We
enough, they
have
actually
this
wanted to do a sequel to this.
Yeah, they had plans already for a third one.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking great idea, guys. Totally.
Oh,
that idea
got
of-
scrapped because of the people's reactions after they made a bunch of money.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like, I have this famous property. I need to make lots of money. Put it on any fucking slop you want. As long as it makes money, we don't give a shit.
And it did.
And that is the worst thing about this movie. The only emotion of this is spite.
Mhm.
Nothing more, nothing less. There's no care. There's no interest. Because even people that might not like Alien vs. Predator might have done something interesting with it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that has happened. It's just that there is no interest other than, how do I make money off of this?
And so much wasted work when it came to the effects. It's like,
Yeah.
y'all know me. I am an effects junkie.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
I look up the people who made it. Like, I want to see how they build it or whatever you not. And yeah, as I said, like, Studio 80i was still like doing the shit for this. And, like, the people who've been doing the fucking effects for these movies ever since Alien 3. And you can't see anything. You literally can't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
The designs are good. Like, they're there. Like, if you could see it, then you would maybe appreciate some of it. But no, all we see is darkness and wet and more darkness and more wet darkness
Don't forget the dark wet.
And sometimes a flashing light
and
if
the
we're
dark
lucky.
wet.
Yes.
Sometimes a
And the
flashing
neon.
light if we're lucky.
A little bit of neon.
Yeah.
Do you-
little bit.
Do you know I had to painstakingly fuck around with my software on my computer just to watch the TV?
Yeah,
Because it's so dark.
Yeah.
Because as I also said at the beginning, like, this movie was deliberately made darker. Like,
Because
as
the problem
they said,
is
like,
that
the white point, as they say it, which is supposed to be like the brightest point of a fucking frame of movie,
Mhm.
they deliberately made it so instead of white, it's like light gray.
Yeah.
Mhm.
the big
And
problem
boy,
with that,
can you tell what that effect has on the entirety of the fucking.
the problem is
rest
that
of the
they
movie.
say that as an artistic choice, but to me it reeks of you had no faith in the effects, so you don't want people to see it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
I was going to
no,
say
no, I
artistic
think-
might have been a mispronunciation of that, but you know,
Yeah.
I've already angered probably so many people that I'll get canceled from this
I
podcast.
know
so-
exactly where you're going. Yeah. Yeah, they've. And, like, yeah, to wrap up the actual film itself, because we're not going to get much more out of this.
Nuke!
Like, yeah,
Fucking nuke!
Just nuke it.
Tactical
fucking-
nuke.
they fucking nuke it. They nuke it from orbit. It's.
Like they
The
killed
only way.
some of the folks who. The thing I didn't like was the survivors at that point splitting up. I didn't like that because it's like, why are we doing that? Oh, because we don't want to.
We don't want a full tank of survivors, but also that ending makes me wish this was a dark comedy even more, because it would have been that would have been a perfect punchline.
Mhm.
Instead, what we got was just stupid, because the way this ending is set up, it sounds like a punchline for a dark comedy.
It does.
The whole- because the whole-
Apparently that was apparently one of the endings was going to be that you'd have the nuke and then the others would go and in the helicopter they'd meet up with the Marines and it would cut to black and you would just hear automatic rifles.
Yeah,
Yes.
because the way it's set
Wow.
up is that is that on the radio they get news from the military. Oh, go to the center of town. We're gonna have airlifts. We're gonna get you out of there. But the actual soldier, which I forget her name already, and I don't give a shit enough to care. The
Nobody
soldier says, I don't trust that because the first thing the military wants to do is containment.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that sets up in your head, okay, where are they going with this? And then it happens, and it's like, this feels like a punchline to a joke we never set up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the thing is the joke is on us. That's why.
Yeah.
The punchline is the nuke.
Watch the end. Watch the end of this movie first of all.
And then the stinger of that they managed to get some Predator tech, and
Give it to the Yutani
So
Corporation.
they give it to
Miss
Miss Yutani.
Johnny, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Because
fuck me.
I get the feeling that even the executives were looking at that and was like, we gotta throw them a bone somehow to make sure we get more money and make a reference at the end. Who gives a?
Well, because again, they did plan to make a third one.
Yeah, they were supposed to plan to make a third one actually going to take place on the alien homeworld.
Oh god, that's just even worse. Now I just imagine, for some reason, I just imagine if they ever did that and they took it to the extreme. Yeah,
Extreme
except everything is actually
extreme predatoring.
No, the joke is it's pitch black, not the Riddick movie. It's just fucking pitch black.
It's an audio drama.
Yeah.
It's a Spinal Tap cover. How black can this be? The answer
it's
is
none. None more black.
None more black.
Yeah, no,
just-
this movie sucks, and here's the thing, Doc. I have so much vitriol for it because of the fact, while you are able to watch this in hindsight and be like, well, I can't entertain them with this.
It's the thing of you didn't know that when you bought the ticket. Yeah, I get it.
I
Trust me.
got the DVD. I was excited because I'm like, hey, I loved AVP. I love these franchises. I can't wait to see what the sequel is like. You set up a Predalien. I'm stoked. I'm ready for this. And then I got it, and I almost threw up.
Yeah, and again, and the concept of the Predalien again is so underutilized. Even in like the media beforehand, like because the Predalien also showed up in the comics. It showed up in the first AVP game. But even then, all it is just a faster alien.
Yeah,
that's all we get. Like, there's still so much potential you could try to do with the Predalien, like give it like a different personality, whatever, not to have give different goals or such. Who knows? Because the whole thing about the aliens is supposed to be that whatever host they get, they take certain aspects from, and the only time we've seen that was the dog alien in Alien 3 or the ox alien, depending on which cut you're watching of that one.
Yeah.
Or now the Predalien, and even then, the Predalien is just another alien that has dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And mandibles.
And
mandibles.
Yeah. Like, so that's why to me, no, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst because it killed any and all. It basically destroyed my love for the franchise for a little bit. It legitimately did. I went in there to be expecting to be at least have fun, and I didn't even get that. 2, again, it breaks the rules, and to me, that's more egregious than anything we get down the road. Again,
yeah.
Covenant is fucking close. Another one is really fucking close, but we'll get to that.
And I will say, if we're going by just the Predator movies, not counting the one I still haven't seen yet that we got later down the line, this is probably the worst.
This is the worst of Predators, yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Well, I'm gonna have opinions when we get to that one, but yeah.
Oh, trust me, you and I are on the same page when it comes to that. But it's just I didn't go into that one. I was already pessimistic. By that point.
Your experience with AVP Requiem is the experience I had with that one.
Yeah, I had already been destroyed by that point, bro.
Yeah, don't worry. Trust me. As much as trust me, as much as my opinion on this doesn't seem as vitriolic, I will say your vitriol has every right to be, and I agree with you. This movie is dumb as shit.
yeah.
It's just that.
It's
just
a
that.
bad movie. My vitriol is mostly because I have seen, unfortunately, I have seen far, far worse.
Well,
And I'm like desensitized at least to some of this bad
sure.
stuff.
I've also seen worse than this, but still, due to the fact that it's still connected to franchises I love, it still hits a
True.
little harder.
I know, but I've seen like, it's like, yeah, you see where it's like, oh wow, you know, they just don't give a shit about that franchise. Yeah, where you're just like, oh.
Well, obviously there's that, and plus, this is one of the few class of shitty movies where you can tell me that this feels like a giant middle finger to the audience, and I would believe you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something.
Go for it.
Is it
Neil
bad
Breen
word?
movies have more developed characters than this movie has.
Jesus, that we talked about the Barbie in hell. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
And the
And
messed
yes,
up
I
thing
did
is-
just slink further into my chair. I am really
Yeah.
fucking upset.
Yeah, no, it's just at the end of all things, this movie is not even a fun bad watch. This is just a
No.
movie that makes you feel that. This is a movie that makes you feel dirty after you watch it because you felt like you just watched somebody take a shit for an hour and 40 minutes.
And here's even better. Jesus, that was a description.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No. Damn. And the worst part is it was spread out. It wasn't just like, oh, somebody just sat there for a long time. No. Things were happening the entire time. It just got dirtier and dirtier. No.
Yeah, you're watching someone take the first Alien, the first Predator disc, put it under their ass, and just take a massive shit all over it.
Yeah. Anyways, here's the thing.
You know what? Here's the thing. Your vitriol reminds me of like the vitriol I have for Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
Oh god!
yeah.
Yeah, no, if you want a movie to best compare it to, yeah, it's Revenge of the Fallen. It's
I'm
a
right
giant
below
middle finger.
The enemy scrotum.
It is a giant middle finger to people who love the franchise, and it's a giant middle finger to people who even love the first movie. It just exists to say "fuck you." That's all it does.
I turned
It
that
is-
thing off halfway through.
Like,
I never
Like,
finished
don't-
watching that.
like
I
don't
saw
get me
that
wrong,
movie
the
twice
first
in theaters.
the first Bayformers is bad, but there is some idea there. Revenge of the Fallen is just the
I mean,
worst
part of
kind
it
of
is
commercial.
because part of it is because of the fact that it's made during the fucking writer's strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But yeah, what I wanted to say was this film is so bad and left such a mark on me that I can confess this right here and now. I have only ever watched this once.
Only seen it once.
Once.
That was for this.
And that was not for this. I have seen it once when it came out on DVD, and I bought the DVD like a fucking gullible moron and watched it. And I never watched it again.
I think.
But
what
do
doesn't-
you notice
I-
the fact that I did not miss a
You still
fucking beat
Yeah,
No.
I
the
will say
entire
though-
time? I have
don't
this
blame you
thing photographically memorized because
Yeah,
it left
I
such a
will-
mark. And that's
I
not
will
a
say-
good mark.
I will say though, I don't blame you specifically for being gullible because A, this is a sequel to a thing you love, and B, let's be honest with ourselves. When we see critics give a horror movie bad reviews,
Mm-hmm.
we don't always take that as a bad sign, because
No.
some of the best horror movies have gotten really terrible reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunately in this case, this is where we agreed with the critics in saying this movie was a piece of shit.
Like,
Yeah.
Nobody liked this when it came out. Nobody.
except for New York Times.
Well, the
Yeah,
New
the
York
worst-
Times.
New York Times said that this was better than the original because at least this was watchable.
That's
The New York Times is gonna New York
What
Times. Who gives a shit?
Was it written by Ray Charles?
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, but no,
Oh.
like, see, there are examples of what I even just said here, like throughout this event so far, throughout our retrospective. The first 2 Predator movies, when we did our reviews of those, I didn't watch the movies prior, but I still remembered so much from it because I've watched them so many times, I knew it by heart. But this is the first time where I didn't even have to watch I didn't even watch this one for this. I refused to make myself watch it again. But there's no problem because it's so bad that I will never forget.
Yeah, no, this is not.
Forget.
It's
Yeah,
like
no,
we didn't even need to put you into the Clockwork Orange type thing. Like it was already there.
Yeah, it was already there. It
Yeah.
was literally as soon as you brought the name up that it was like, stop it!
Like-
Stop it! Stop it!
Yeah, we just need to say a Requiem and suddenly you just start convulsing.
I mean, you saw me earlier in the review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, us all
It's like I
admitting
got
this is just
possessed.
giving all of us admitting this is just giving Roy ideas.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, I'm sure. But yeah, no, I think
No,
usually
I'm
does.
not getting ideas. Not at all.
I think we gave this thing far more time than it deserves. So let's
I mean,
wrap this
I'm gonna-
up. Dude.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest. All of our talking points could have just been surmised us screaming "fuck" for 30 minutes.
Might as well have
I
done
don't know about that. I thought it was a perfectly reasonable.
No, I think.
Roy,
I
shut
think
the fuck up.
What you have to do is
Roy.
you got to use that one thing from Mystery Science Theater where with the okay thing. It stinks.
Yeah.
It stinks. Or while watching it, you can do that one. You can do that one scene. And
He's screaming so much that his mic completely cut out.
It got him
Yeah.
out,
Fucking peek the mic.
no, I was being Tom Servo at the end of that
I
one
know.
episode. Just and
Yeah, but you being so loud that your mic just does not
Your
pick you
mic
up
just killed you.
anymore.
I remember that though.
no, my mic is so tired of us talking about a shitty movie. It gave up.
I mean, if we're gonna go with another MSC3K quote, they just didn't care.
They just didn't
Bro.
care.
Oh, surprise! There's another one. Oh, surprise!
Yeah.
Let's wrap this shit up.
Yeah, let's wrap this
Yeah, let's go.
shit up. So, don't bother watching this movie.
No, please bother watching this movie.
No,
Roy,
don't.
shut the fuck up. Roy, for the love of God, shut the fuck up.
If you want a better sequel to the first AVP, play the 2010 game. It's practically the same story, but with Colonial Marines this time.
Or just watch
There you
Alien vs. Hunter. It's a lot better.
No.
No. What, dude? Just watch Critters 2. Critters 2 is way better.
True.
Has way better effects, mostly because you can actually fucking see them. First of all, and second of all, it's effects done by the fucking Chiodo brothers.
True.
Yes.
So, with all of that said, where can people find you?
You can find me over on twitch.tv/VarrenKinmold, where every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 8 p.m. Central European Time. You can see me play all kinds of fun games, which are way more entertaining than any frame of this particular movie. You can... Mondays is RPGs with our other co-host Xeiren. Wednesdays, strategy shooter, something else with an S. And Fridays, I play whatever I can find. You can also find me over on Blue Sky at VarrenKinmold, over on YouTube at VarrenKinmold for compilations and VODs of my streams. If you want to indulge my OC content I do every now and then, you can find that over on TikTok at VarrenKinmold. And I still have an account on the fire dump place of Twitter, used to be. But do be warned, I just do whatever the fuck I want on there. I'm tired.
It's not safe for work, folks.
Not at all.
But give him props. All the not safe for work that he has on Twitter probably has a better plot than this movie.
Excellent. Pass.
He's so tired.
You can find
As he
me
cuts
on
out.
Twitch and on YouTube. You can find me on Twitch and on YouTube. you'll be under the username @pass_the_remote. You'll also be able to do some streaming and some stuff, things and stuff. And normally you'll be able to see it, unlike the frames of this movie. Then you'll also find me on the carcass of Elon Musk's ego trip, also known as Twitter, where I will be shitting on anything I want to, and I have fun with that. So, I don't know. I don't know anymore. This movie is kind of boring. I kind of bored me. So sorry.
Fair enough.
I shitpost. Shitposting is fun.
Yep. Right.
So I'll do that.
Yes, you. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I'm sorry, I am drunk in all your suffering and just a wash.
Wait, who is suffering? I'm not suffering, am I? Am I suffering?
I'm not. Also, I'm not really suffering because I have grown immune to this bullshit thanks to Roy.
Yes. This is true. Hi there. You can find me at the Wolfstem Productions on this little joint right here. I also do a little thing called the Starlight Podcast, where we look at rare, obscure, and hard-to-find films. Also, the Red Light Podcast. Your home videos are horror. You got some love mail, some hate mail, some bad movie mail, so I can feed these folks it. You got some dark mail. You got some alien mail, some predator mail. Just send it to Starlight Podcast at protonmail.com. We also have a Zitter. You can send it to capital R, capital L, capital P, capital S, Starlight. Yes, RLP Starlight. Give some recommendations, some commendations. We'd love to hear from you. Just say hi. You can also find lists and reviews I do over at criticlist.com. Your new alternative to Rotten Tomatoes. Go check them out. Doc.
You can also find me here at Wolfstand Productions, at the Starlight and the Red Light, but also the podcast I host, Over the Years Podcast, where we take a look at a decade plus of rap music wonder. Well, I'm going to be honest, anything I choose for that show is going to be way better than this fucking movie. Also, if you like to hear my ramblings on film because you think my film idea is way better than this fucking movie, which I wouldn't blame you, you can check me out on Criticlist, where I do listen reviews, where I have also reviewed other sci-fi properties, including ones where I've actually had spat massive amounts of vitriol. And judging by the fact that our hosts are currently just trying to recover from the fact we talked about this movie, I'm gonna wrap it up by saying next time, folks, we're getting a little bit.
No, bitch, no! Don't you steal from me. You can find me here on You Shut Your Mouth.
That's
the
his
experiment
talk.
is not done
Okay.
until everything
Maybe-
once involved says goodbye.
Well, you know what? Okami, why don't you move me over? That way, Varren can rest on my head and you can finish this up.
So desperate to have me record next to you again, don't you, Pass?
No, because it feels like she's just kind of like, oh, nap time. I don't want to get up. See, there you go. See.
You can, of course, I can rest my head and do the thing. So
There we go.
you
Come
can,
here.
course,
Come here.
You can, of course, find me here on Podbean and YouTube under Wolfson Productions. Wolfson Productions. Oh, yeah, hang on. Under Wolfson Productions. From goofy-ass anime to the shocking horror. Yeah, this was a type of shock. Wolfson Productions, your number one stop for equally nerdy reviews of nerdy media. You can also find me over on Zitter. I love saying that. Under Mistress Ookami. That is Mistress Ookami. That's my name. Don't wear it out. And if you're feeling extra
Mistimed
generous,
it again.
Whatever.
Oh,
You can also if you're feeling extra generous, head on over to Wolfson Patreon, where you can get access to episodes that may or may not drop to the general public. Episodes that most certainly will not be dropping to the general public. Behind the scenes, all sorts of goodies, all for just a measly $1 a month. Remember, folks, $1 a month, that can go a long, long way. And until next time,
Feel the
they
exhaustion.
needed to fix things. They decided to do some other things to fix both of these franchises. And so the first one we will talk about is 3 years later, with actually my second favorite popcorn flick of these franchises. We will be going into 2010's Predators.
Hey, I forgot. Can I join that?
Oh. Yeah, sure.
Honestly, ladies and gentlemen, we're not. Don't even howl. Don't even howl. This movie doesn't
Nah.
deserve it. Just
I was
get a
just
PNG.
gonna
Get a
say
pocket.
goodnight.
Ow, ow, ow.
Oh.
Just get a PNG.
And the experiment is
And this,
over.
ladies and gentlemen, is why we don't trust. This is why we need PNGs at blankets. Donate to Wolfstand Patreon today.
We're cold.
Mhm.